Good morning, my wonderful people. Welcome to another exciting episode of House of Charles with your one and only host, Charles, on the beat for 20 related. You dig, and you get. All right, guys, it's a Friday morning, and today we are discussing 8 things that introverts find exhausting that extroverts don't. Okay, in the world of introverts, we just like our peace, we like our quiet, we like our alone time, but most extroverts don't get it. So let's just go straight to the point. As per usual, what are the eight things that introverts find exhausting that extroverts don't? Let's go. Number one, we have small talk. Okay, for introverts, engaging in small talks can be very exhausting. According to psychology, introverts are wired to seek deeper connections and thought-provoking conversation. Shallow small talks feels draining and often pointless, which is true. Like, if you're going to actually take my time to discuss something with me, discuss something meaningful. Don't just stop me. Don't just stop me and take my time and be discussing something that has no impact or wouldn't take me anywhere. You get. Number two on the list of 8 things that introverts find exhausting would be crowded places. As an introvert, navigating through a sea of people is mentally and emotionally draining. Sure, we can do it, but it takes a lot out of us. Honestly, this is very true. For some, speaking out of experience, whenever I walk into a room that is too crowded, I just want to be done with whatever it is they are doing there and just step outside so I can breathe. I go into a room with so much people actually kind of it's choking to me. Like I feel like I'm losing my breath. I need less people so that I can feel the space in the room. I can feel the air in the room and breathe. Come on. Number three on the list of things that introverts find exhausting will be multitasking. Why do you think you're multitasking? Your brain is just rapidly switching from one task to the other, switching from one task to the other. So for introverts, those rapid switching can be very draining, very tiring. We are much more comfortable and productive when we focus our attention on one task at a time. Speaking of experience, that is someone like me. Give me one task to do. When I'm done with it, bring the second one. Don't just jam pack loads of work on me. I expect me to do everything at the same time. It's not possible, man. Come on. Anyways, number four on the list of things that introverts find particularly exhausting would be being always available. In a world obsessed with constant connectivity, introverts often yearn for some, disconnected downtime. Like, we are not always eager to jump on every phone call, respond to every text immediately, or keep our social media updated all the time in real time. You understand? This constant barrage of digital connection can be exhausting. In fact, psychology tells us that introverts value their privacy. That is me. I value my privacy and time alone to recharge. We need those periods of solitude to balance out the stimulation from social interactions, which is very true. Someone like me, my privacy is key. Like, I need sometimes after interacting with people at work, when I'm home, I just want to just shower, have my meal. I don't even want to be with my phone. I just want to just lay down and close my eyes. I don't need to sleep, but let me just be in a meditative state. You understand? Number five on the list of things that introverts find exhausting would be misunderstandings. Like, this one actually hits close to home, because our quiet nature can sometimes be mistaken for aloofness. Our need for alone time can be seen as antisocial. Our deep thinking can confuse those who prefer to skim the surface. It's exhausting, really. Like, when you're just being you in your own nature and other people can't seem to understand you, and sometimes they even go as far as being offended on why you're always quiet, why are you not always being interactive. Like, psychology even tells us that introverts process information differently, often reflecting deeply before responding. We are listeners and observers, taking in details that others might miss. Very true. If you tell me something, if you're having a conversation with me right now, I'll be reflecting on everything you are saying. Every word you say, I will reflect on it. And I want to actually take my time to give you a proper response, not a baseless response. Okay? So situations like this can be misunderstanding to others, but to introverts, it is just a normal way of life. Number six on the list of things that introverts find exhausting will be networking events. If there's one thing that leaves me feeling drained, it's networking events. As an introvert, the thought of making small talk with a room full of strangers, often for the sole purpose of just exchanging business cards, can be very stressful. Like, even psychologists explain that introverts are more comfortable building deeper and meaningful relationships over time than just a large number of surface relationship. We are not being standoffish or uninterested. We just prefer to connect on a deeper level, which isn't always possible at a fast-paced networking event. So, to explain that, We just like to get to know people better. And over time, just meeting someone and instantly becoming friends with them as if you know each other for long is not the way of an introvert. No. We want to actually take our time, understand you and know you before we even start making business deals or anything. So, we value meaningful connections rather than surface level shit. Okay. Number 7 on the list of things that introverts find exhausting would be last minute changes. I, for one, I hate it. I'm a perfect example of someone who hates last minute changes. Like, last minute changes can be particularly exhausting for introverts. We like to plan ahead. We like to know what to expect, and this actually helps us prepare mentally for any situation. So, according to psychology, introverts often rely on a well thought out plan to manage their energy levels. Yes. So last minute changes can actually just piss me off and just like mess up my whole vibe for the day. So, it's just that we need some time to adjust and recharge. That's just it. Nothing more. So, we have come to the last item on our list. Number 8 out of the 8 things that introverts find exhausting would be constant stimulation. Above all, introverts find constant stimulation extremely exhausting. Like, we crave calm and quiet spaces where we can think, reflect, and recharge. Even psychologists remind us that introverts are sensitive to external stimuli. Too much noise, light, or activity can leave us feeling overwhelmed and drained. This is true. In fact, if you see us retreating to a quiet corner or choosing a peaceful spot, just know that we are trying to recharge. Just know that it's just our way of refueling our energy. We are not avoiding you. We are preserving our energy to engage in a meaningful way. Like, I don't know how else to better explain this. It's just normal. And this is me. I could be having discussion with a group of friends, and all of a sudden I would just kind of leave the discussion, leave the room self, and just go somewhere else and just sit down with my earpiece. Some of them might think I have left them, or maybe they are saying rubbish, but no. At that moment I just need there like maybe 5 minutes, let my my nervous, or let my brain stimulate just calm down, then I'll come back to the conversation. That's just it. That's just us. So I believe the best way to improve our interaction with introverts is to understand them and not just label them as being rude or being antisocial and all that. Just understand them. Okay. And if you have stayed with us to the end of the show, you have done well. In fact, you are done well and you are doing well. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment. Tell us your own. Tell us your own fact of what introverts find exhausting that I did not list, so that I can add it on the next episode. Okay. All right. Once again, this is House of Charles. You're your one and only host, Charles, on the beat for 20 related. You dig, and you get. Coming from Bedroom Studios at In House Music. We love to say thank you for staying with us.